Well, guys, if you remember a few days ago, I made a video about a young man out here in the Houston area, actually up there in Cyprus. He was actually up for the Nobel Peace Prize. He was actually walking around Cyprus and he was giving strangers hugs, of joy. Now, of course, you guys know that didn't happen, but if this young man was actually killed, actually in the process of committing crimes, that is the way the media would portray him. They would portray him in a very, very good light. But this young guy, his name is Alfred Lewis. He was walking around just sucker punching people in the Cyprus area, a couple of white guys we know for sure, just for social media clicks. I believe it was actually a TikTok challenge, but I'm not sure. Now, KHOU actually went to his home, interviewed him. And he was sounding like he was remorseful and all this other stuff. I was not buying it. He was sounding like that simply for one reason. He was on TV. He knew the jig was up. And the chances are he would actually get arrested for sucker punching people. And guys, that is exactly what happened to him. He's now been arrested. He's facing charges now. I don't know what's going to happen to him, but I got to admit, though, I am not happy with his bond. The judge went pretty light on him when it came to the bond. We'll get into that also as well. This young man needs to be taught a lesson. He needs jail time. And by the way, I mentioned in my video that he had a gun. KHOU at that time never brought up the gun. And in this clip we're going to watch, they're kind of stunned that he had a gun. How is it that I knew he had a gun? I'm not even a reporter. It was already out there that he had a gun. He held this man at gunpoint. He did. But KHOU, nah, they didn't mention it. But now they mention it, guys. Here we go. Check this out on KHOU. Judge sets bond for 19-year-old seen sucker punching people at Houston area park. Now the bond. This is why I got a problem here. Alfred Lewis got only a $10,000 bond on 2 charges. The prosecution was asking for $75,000. But the judge said, nah, 10 grand. 10 grand. Seems to me, man, it actually should have been more like 100 grand. But let's go ahead and watch this clip here from KHOU. Let's roll it.
18-year-old who admitted to KHOU he was sucker punching people at an area park just appeared in court.
Minutes ago, we learned about the details to the crimes and his bond. Jason Miles has been following this story since Friday. He joins us now live from the courthouse down.
Now, that's the same guy that actually went to Alfred Lewis's home and interviewed him.
Jason.
Well, prosecutors requested a $75,000 bond on just one of 2 charges this young man faces, but he ended up getting a combined bond of $10,100. Now, 19-year-old Alfred Lewis appeared in court just within the last half hour or so. We're allowed to shoot those PC court hearings off a video screen. Lewis charged with assault and aggravated robbery related to viral videos showing him sucker punching people, random men walking in Wortham Park. That's up in the Cyprus area. Turns out Lewis was also armed at the time, according to court records, something that was not completely clear initially to those of us who saw the video. Here's a little bit of what was read aloud during the court hearing.
In this case, he initially held the complainant at gunpoint. Then, when the complainant refused to give up his cell phone, he hits the complainant in the head and puts him in a chokehold. The complainant advised he later saw videos of the crimes on social media. The defendant approached the complainant from behind and hit him in the head.
So not only was he trying to hit him, he was trying to steal the man's cell phone as well. Why did this judge only give out a $10,000 bond?
As his co-defendant was filming the crime, the defendants laughed at the complainant when he asked this defendant, "Why are you doing this?" The complainant advised he later saw videos of the crime on social media.
You may recall I interviewed Lewis on Friday, and he admitted to making a bad mistake, just making videos for views and clicks. His bond conditions include not having contact with his alleged accomplice, the 18-year-old who shot the videos. Lewis also to remain at home between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. He will also wear an ankle monitor. Again, his bond, combined bond for an assault and aggravated robbery charge, $10,100. He made no mention of a gun when I interviewed him on Friday, and at that point, I had not investigated the video thoroughly and was not aware that he was armed at the time. But again, all of this coming out in court today. A young man who admitted again to making a bad mistake, and he's certainly paying the consequences now. Reporting live from the Harris County Jail, Jason Miles, KHOU 11 News.
Yeah. So there you have it, guys. He has to remain in his home between the hours of 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. I believe he should actually stay at home. Actually, he should really be in jail right now. But if you're going to have him at home, I believe he should be locked down at home 24 hours a day. I highly doubt that he actually has a job. I mean, what person with a job actually would go out there and just randomly start punching people? This kid, I highly doubt, has a job. He lives with his parents, mommy and daddy taking care of him. Nah, this kid should not be on the street at any hours of the day. But this judge, why did you only give him a $10,000 bond? You said to yourself, man, he was armed. He was armed, and he tried to rob the man of a cell phone. And when the man didn't want to give up his phone, he punched him. This guy, this man, should be locked up. He should not be out on bond. He committed a violent crime. He really could have hurt somebody. I mean, if it was me, man, and I believe in the Second Amendment, I'm sorry, man. If he actually walked up to me and pointed a gun at me and asked for my phone, and I said I didn't want to give him my phone, and if he took a swing at me, oh, best believe, man, I'm pulling out my gun. Trust me, I will protect myself. All he had to do was run into the wrong person, man. He'd be 6 feet under right now. I mean, this guy, man, was not thinking. He was not thinking. No way in the world should he be let out. Because I don't believe he has a job to go to. I really don't. This young man is a scumbag. He's not going out there looking for work. He's not trying to better himself. He said all that stuff on camera because he got caught. That's all it is. Crazy, man. Just crazy. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.